Remember how long it's been since our last win, but we've been struggling. But today we put it together. We played 4 quarters of good football, and we pulled it out.
Did you hear a lot of noise about your play and how people were thinking, oh, maybe there's a decline in Zeke? And did you just have a different vibe about yourself this week after the bye?
No, I wouldn't say so, man. I don't really pay attention to what other people are saying. All I worry about is being the player I need to be for this team. And we went out there, and we got a dub.
Zeke, you said you weren't looking for a 100-yard game. You were looking for a win. You came out of the game today with both. How good does it feel, and what does it feel like was working in the offense today?
It felt great. The O-line was doing a hell of a job today. They, making clean holes that me and TP could make our read and burst through and go play. I'm happy we finally got the thing going, and we got to build on the success.
What do you think about Zach Martin's ability to slide from right guard to right tackle the way he did and play going to be a pretty sound game?
Zach is a hell of a player. Just his ability to move around. He probably could play any position on that O-line and be dominant. And that's rare. And a lot of those runs today were behind Zach, and we know he's the strength of our offense. And we kept running behind him, man. He kept moving him out the way.
You got 3 talented receivers. Just your thoughts on when you see CD Lamb make that catch there in the first half.
CD, he was on one today. Just running hard, trying to run guys over. He tried to run a D lineman over, tried to run a linebacker over, which you don't see from a smaller guy. But he can also go out there and catch the ball. He had the crazy catch in the red zone. That was big. He's just a hell of a player. He's young, but he's gonna have a hell of a career.
Zeke, by the time you guys play again on Thursday, if you win that game, you have more wins than anybody else in the division. Can you start to think about how you're actually in this thing?
Yeah. We knew we've been in there. We never thought that we were out of it. We know our division is struggling this year, and we're right there where we need to be. We're right there to go win a division. And like I said, we gotta build on the success. So we can't come out on a short week and take a step back, especially against a division opponent. We gotta make sure we build on the success and keep getting better.
What was it? Did you talk about the job that Andy Dalton did leading you guys down there to that game-winning drive?
Say it again. I'm sorry.
Can you talk about the job that Andy Dalton did, especially leading you guys to that game-winning drive?
Andy's a guy who's played a lot of ball. He's a vet. I think he's in year 10. So he's been in that moment a bunch of times, and we trust him, and we just got to go out there and protect for him so he can go out there and make his plays. But he was definitely clutch and came up big at the end.
What was the significance of the
Why do you think the run game was
defense?
so good today?
Say it again.
Why do you think the run game was so good today?
One, the O-linemen, they were out there with a fire under their butt. They led us to that victory. We knew we needed to run the ball to be successful today. And two, they were trying to. I think the boxes were too light. They were playing a lot of too high, and we just went out there, executed, and made them hurt from it.
What was the significance of the defense getting a stop on the final 2 drives of the game, and how much as an offense did you guys feed off of the defense getting off the field?
We were playing great football today. A great complimentary football today. And the defense, they got those 2 big stops when we needed them, and we turned around and converted. Those guys, I think they were definitely the spark for us today. Donovan, that was Dono's last name. Donovan Wilson, with the 2 takeaways, we knew he's been a ball guy since he's been here, and I think they definitely sparked us to this win today.
All right, you guys good?
Zeke, with Tony's touchdown run, did you guys get the sense that you kind of softened them up a little bit with your interior running, and then he was able to bounce it? Was that kind of the way you guys wanted to work with both you guys today?
Honestly, how we work is I play as hard as I can, and then he comes in and plays as hard as he can, and then I go back in. So I mean, we don't really have a strategy about it at all, but it's definitely working out well.
What does it do for a defense? I mean, obviously you get off the field to win the game, but to basically do it on 4 plays, not let them drive. What does that do for your confidence?
Yeah, I think it does everything for your confidence. But I think just the way we played. I mean, we had a few things that we got to clean up tonight, but a couple drives. But I think just the whole way we played the game and kept fighting. I think that's the ultimate thing that we can hang our hat on and that we can gain confidence off of, and just keep it rolling. We needed that.
Going off that idea, it seemed like, they had a couple possessions there in the second half. I think they scored 14 unanswered. To bounce back from that, I guess that's kind of what you're talking about is just, keeping your head in it and continuing to fight.
Absolutely. That's exactly what I was referring to. And that's why I'm proud as heck of the guys right now, because we fought through that, and we knew that we had to go out there and get a stop. And we knew our offense was doing what they needed to do. And we knew that they were going to go punch that in. So that was big time. We stepped that up, and that's the kind of pride that we need to have for our team, for our offense, knowing that we're going to go out there and we're going to give them the ball back every chance that we get.
This sounds kind of dumb. Obviously every NFL game is really physical, but it seemed from the outsider's perspective, at least, y'all were playing really, really physically. It seemed like there was a pretty big edge there. Was that something that y'all could tell, or something that y'all emphasized was being physical?
Yeah, 100%. And we brought that energy the whole week of practice, and it carried over for the game. We started off hot, and we just kept bringing it. I think that was a big emphasis, and we knew that from last year. I had definitely had a chip on my shoulder from last year, and that left me with a sour taste in my mouth. I know it did with a bunch of other guys too. But I think we carried the energy very well this week, right into the game.
Obviously, big storyline for this game with the way he's playing is y'all going against Dalvin Cook. How do you think y'all played, and how do you think the reality of the game that y'all had compared to what you prepared for?
Yeah, I think we did it very well. I think we want to hold them underneath 100 yards rushing as it is, and we did that for the first half, and we did that for a lot of the game. But there's no ifs, ands, or buts. We got to, in my eyes, I think in a lot of other guys' eyes, we got to hold them underneath 100 yards rushing. But I think we did a pretty good job doing that tonight. It just barely squeaked over 100, I think, for him. I don't know how many yards he had, but I think they had like 130 yards rushing or something.
Yeah, he was right at 115.
Yeah, so that's a goal that I think every defense needs to have, and I know that we have. But we lit it up for a whole half and for some drives in the second half. But we got to play a whole game. Like I said, there's things that we got to clean up. The yards that he did get were yards just misfits and just us not doing our jobs. But you can very, very easily see that when we do our job, we're a freaking great defense.
you.